Hello, my name is Rob Reynolds. Welcome to my online math course. Today I'm going to be showing you how to navigate some websites to uh, introduce Blackboard, MyMathLab, or WebAssign, whatever math program we're going to be using, and snipping tools so that we can communicate a little bit better. The first thing I'd like for you to do is to go to dmac.edu. You'll see this page and choose this link, My DMAC. This will give you a variety of links over here to the left. You can open up your webmail here, but for now I want you to try Blackboard. And once you log in, you'll see your courses listed over here on the right, and I'll choose elementary algebra. You can see I'm teaching 3 online classes this semester, and if you go to your instructor, you'll see a nice picture of me and my family. So I'll introduce myself a little bit. Again, my name is Rob Reynolds, and I've been teaching math for 30 years, and this is my 7th year at Des Moines Area Community College. The bulk of my experience is high school, 10 years at Dowling Catholic here. My wife, 16 years at Roosevelt High School, also a math teacher, but she's been the last 6 years. This will be a 7th year at Valley High School. My oldest son graduated from Iowa State. He's a construction engineer working at White's Construction. And then my younger son works at Lifetime Fitness. When you first get on Blackboard, again, this was the page that shows first. It's my announcement page, and I'll be emailing you with other announcements. But the main thing I want you to keep in mind is the calendar. These are recommended pacing guides of how I think you're going to be, where you should be on any given day on what assignment. Please don't fall behind on your assignments. That's the death of any math student, is procrastination. So in here you can see the test dates. These are 3 days that you can come in and take your chapter review and chapter 1 test. Any one of those days you can take your Blackboard exams. Either your test will be on Blackboard, it'll be within the MyMathLab program or the WebAssign program. For testing procedures, I've posted that under course content. So as you're going, this is where you're going to spend the bulk of your time. I'll talk about introductions here in a moment, but testing procedures are a link after your chapter 1. You'll choose testing procedures, and I'll outline exactly what you need to do and whether your test is on Blackboard or MyMathLab. And also where you can take your tests. Your tests have to be proctored, and you have to choose one of these locations. And if you have a conflict with testing at these locations, you need to email me as soon as possible so we can make other arrangements. Before I talk too much about course content, again, if you would like to access the syllabus, which I've already emailed to you, it's under the syllabus tab. So the bulk of your time will be spent under course content here. This is how you're going to access your MyMathLab or your WebAssign program. If you're in MyMathLab, you'll choose this link for the home link. You might have to go through some registration, which I sent you an email on how to register. And under the assignments tabs, you can actually see I've listed all of your assignments, and the due dates are off to the left. So here's where you're going to find your due dates, not within my syllabus. If you have a WebAssign course, I'll just open up that. That's for my business calculus students. It's very similar. Under course content, you'll just choose the WebAssign tab, which will bring you into a registration area where you'll register your name, and this is where you're going to be doing your homework, and you can get started with this assignment right now. But again, there's some login information, and so far I've got 0 students registered because you haven't signed up yet, but once you do, we'll get you up and running. But this is how you access your homework, either WebAssign or MyMathLab through Blackboard. Again, under the course content, underneath where you access your homework, there's actually a start here where I'm going to post this introductory video. But I also like, well, and right now this is the link, but I'll change this link and update it to be this video. Here's a link of some instructions about how to use snipping tools, and below that is a place where you can introduce yourself. So I'd like for everyone to come to this introduction page, create a thread with your name, and then introduce yourself a little bit before you log back out. Basically, just introduce yourself, your major, the school you're going to transfer to, and then something interesting about yourself. Then if you could respond to 2 other students who have, I'm up here, I'll just post. And you can see it just creates a post here. I'll probably go back and delete that. But you can respond to other students. We'll continue under the course content tab. Below where you do the homework, below where you do your introductions, there's a frequently asked question tab. Here's where you can use snipping tools to either snip a question from a homework assignment. This means chapter 1, section 2, problem number 5. So label your sections clearly, but anyone can post here in case I'm not able to answer a question. Perhaps one of your classmates can create a thread and answer your questions for you. Again, under course content, this is where you access your homework. You can introduce yourself. You can ask your questions to your classmates, or you can shoot me an email. I'm pretty good at responding as well. But here's where you're going to actually start learning the material. So what I'd like for you to do first is under here, there's some class notes. So if you open up a class note PDF file, I've listed a tab called handouts, and you can choose one of these handouts and open up a Word document. If you need for me to change this to a PDF file, I can, but this is basically a handout so you can kind of walk along and take notes. Hopefully you can print this off on some printer, perhaps at your school or at home, and you can follow along with this handout along with my teaching video. So ideally you would open up a handout, print it off, and then on my teaching videos, click on the day 1, section 1.1, or the whatever video you're going to be learning. A different course here because I haven't created a teaching video for my business calc class yet, but I will. But under here it says the calculus video, section 1.1. If you click on that link, here's a teaching video of me teaching. And you can see I'm actually just working through some problems and writing and teaching as I go. So please go through this because we are an online class and we're not face-to-face. This is, I think, valuable information where I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to know for your tests. So do this before you take or do your MyMathLab homework or your WebAssign homework. I've also posted a PDF file, and it's just at the end of my video, I just created a bunch of slides, and you'll see the worked out solutions for those problems. If you don't want to watch the 15-minute video, teaching video, you can just go to the worked out solutions from the PDF file. So open up a handout, take notes as you're watching the video, and then the end result would be this PDF file. After you've watched the video and you feel pretty comfortable with the introduction, then go back to your MyMathLab homework or your WebAssign homework and then begin your homework assignment. When you're in the homework assignment, there's several options that you can do within the homework. Some classes have a homework tab and a quiz tab, and some classes just have a homework tab with the quizzes already built into it. So it varies from course to course. But if you're in a homework assignment and you have questions to ask, let's suppose you're in question number 7, and you would like to ask me a question, all we need to do is choose help and then ask my instructor. And that will shoot me an email of your particular problem. Another student who's on chapter 2, section 5, problem number 12, may have some different numbers. So please don't assume that I understand what your problem looks like because everyone's different. The nice thing about MyMathLab and WebAssign is if you have a guess and you submit your answer, it'll tell you that you're wrong, and then you could change your answer or just keep guessing the same wrong answer. Here comes your final guess, and it tells you the correct answer, and either you could choose next question, or I would recommend choosing similar question. And notice it changes the numbers, and you get 3 more guesses, and you can do this infinitely many times. So again, you can start checking to see if 6 is the correct answer. Again, it's giving you some hints. You can go back and rework it. and keep checking. And you can do this. And oh, I guessed 7 and I just got it right. So fantastic. And then it would, if I get it right, it would just take you to the next question. That was totally a coincidence. I didn't even look at the problem. Another thing you can do that I love is view an example. And this will go through, if you hit continue several times, it'll walk you through a problem. Notice that my problem has 6x to the 17th, where the example problem has 12x to the 33rd, and it tells you how to think about this particular problem. And if you understand the 12x to the 33rd, what they're doing there, then chances are you can probably go back and work the 6x to the 17th your problem. So again, that was view an example. I wouldn't choose help me solve this, because if you walk through that help me solve it, then it'll get rid of your 6x to the 17th problem and change that problem. So I like view an example a little bit better. And if you want to read the textbook, you can go under the textbook tab as well. But ask your instructor and view the example are probably the two that you'll be using the most. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was snipping tools. In case you knew how to start a particular problem, you can always just choose snipping tools. It's a program that's already on your laptops, whether it's a PC or a Mac. Let's suppose you know something about the problem, and you can get started maybe by, I don't know, maybe you think you're going to plug in negative infinity here, but you can go ahead and just write what you know and how you started the problem, and then navigate back to your your Blackboard page. And if you open up your email, then you can actually send that particular email that you've written the problem, and you can just shoot me an email with your worked out solutions on it. So that's a great way to kind of, and then I'll write a little bit more on it and send it back to you. So I like snipping tools, so it allows us an opportunity to kind of see each other's work. So that kind of concludes the introduction that I kind of wanted to share with you. I'm sure there will be more questions that I'll need to answer throughout the course, but you're certainly welcome to shoot me an email. And this is a good course, and we'll get through this together. Good luck.